Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're taking a look at the Sirui 50mm F1.8 Anamorphic lens. Sirui are mainly known for their tripods and ball heads among other photographic accessories. They've now just entered the lens market with the 50mm F1.8 Anamorphic lens. But firstly, what is so special about this type of lens? To put it simply, and what Sirui states on their own website, compared to a traditional 50mm APSC lens, the new 50mm F1.8 lens enlarges your horizontal field of view up to 33% to achieve a field of view equivalent to an APS-C 37.5mm lens. While it is a specialty lens, this can also create some cinematic widescreen shots. Just to give you an idea, here is a standard 50mm f1.8 lens, and here is the Sirui 50mm f1.8 lens after it has been de-squeezed in post. As you can see, you can fit more into the frame, and there are the black bars to make it more cinema-like, and if this is the look that you're trying to go for, this lens will represent really good value for money. Now before we take a look at what else this lens can do, let's take a quick tour around the lens. First of all, it has an aluminium build with a focus ring and an aperture ring close to the base of the lens. It has an aperture of f1.8 and goes all the way to f16. There are no electronic contacts, and it is not weather sealed. You can attach filters that are 67mm in diameter with a focusing distance at 85 centimeters. Now I personally wish there was a bit more working room with this, but while this is Sirui's first anamorphic lens, I'm sure there will be other lenses that will give you a bit more flexibility with focusing distance. It is made for the Fuji X-mount, Micro Four Thirds mount, and the Sony E-mount, which I'm using it on at the moment. Now I've currently been using it on the Sony A6400 and the A7 III. It is so light for an anamorphic lens, weighing in at only 560 grams. Now let's see what else this lens can do. Now I've been using this lens for quite a bit to get a feel for it. The focus ring is fairly smooth and damp enough to allow me to change focus smoothly, and the great thing is that there is very little focus breathing. With the lens, you're able to get an oval bokeh effect, and shooting at f1.8 can give you a unique look. And of course, having that f1.8 aperture does give you that flexibility when shooting in low light conditions. And another characteristic of this lens is the flare reproduction. I love the look that it gives, and I feel like it's just the right amount of flare and not overly done, which is something I appreciate. And this is more of like a sci-fi sort of look, so if this is the kind of look you're trying to go for in your videos, then this might be a lens for you without having to add this sort of flare in post. So I do hope you enjoyed that quick first look video of the Sirui 50mm f1.8 anamorphic lens. In terms of what I personally think of it, I absolutely love what it has to offer. In terms of the construction, it's very solid. I do love the focus ring and the aperture ring. They are very nice and smooth. The focus breathing was very much kept to a minimal. Now in terms of the looks that you're going for, that very nice flare, that horizontal flare that you get in your images or in your footage, is something that is not too overbearing, so it's not overly done, but it does save you a bit of time in terms of, you know, when you're doing post-production. You don't need to add those flares in because obviously this is going to do the job for you. Now in terms of value for money, it is very cheap and affordable, especially when you compare it to higher priced anamorphic lenses that are on the market. And this doesn't skimp out on the quality despite the price you're paying. So if anything, if you're a budding videographer or cinematographer, or just wants to try out what an anamorphic lens can do without skipping on the quality, this is definitely something that you can get on board with. So that's about it for me. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and take a look in the description down below for more information about this lens, as well as affiliate links that do support the channel. And if you are interested in buying this lens, take a look at the crowdfunding campaign in the description as well. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more sample footage and photo updates. And until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching.